I'm creating the most aggressive Xenomorph in SPORE history. This insanity took 8 hours and 3 game crashes. If I pull this off, Xenomorph rules the planet. If not, I just wasted an entire day of my life. This is Nibbles, the last survivor of a peaceful species, completely wiped out by something far more violent. And now he's out for revenge. I thought this would be easy, just make him aggressive. How hard could it be? Spoiler alert, I was delusional. My first design was so bad, I got eaten by literally everything with a mouth. It's like watching a toddler try to fight Mike Tyson. But check this out, I managed to snag a few kills here and there when no one was looking. But we need serious upgrade. Time to make some love and give Nibbles some spikes. So my first brilliant strategy was to slap on some spikes and wings I have found. Oh, and some eyes that made Nibbles look like a rejected monster truck design. These bigger predators did not care about my spike collection. They were treating Nibbles like an all-you-can-eat buffet. I was getting destroyed left and right. Then this dude shows up, absolute unit of a cell, and starts chasing me around the entire ocean. I'm swimming for my life, heart racing, fingers cramping on the keyboard. By some miracle I managed to escape and I'm feeling pretty good about myself. For about 2 seconds, before another predator corners me in this ridiculous dead end. This is the gaming equivalent of surviving a shark attack only to step on a sea ocean. Time for a complete redesign. I slapped some jets on Nibbles' backside and suddenly we are the speed demon of the primordial soup. Those predators that were treating us like fast food, now we are hunting them. How the turntables. Check this out, the same monster that was chasing me before, now I'm the one doing the chasing. At this point, Nibbles is becoming the terror I always knew he could be. Everything that moves is basically just swimming protein for us now. After demolishing half the ocean's population, suddenly this little bubble pops up. Yeah, we have a brain now. Great! What exactly am I supposed to do with this glorified pea-sized dot? Maybe now Nibbles will realize that swimming directly into bigger predators isn't the best survival strategy.
Wait, I have a... what is it called? A brain? What was I supposed to do with this again? I was gonna... oh look, something to eat.
After absolutely demolishing the competition as the ocean's top predator, we finally gathered enough DNA to evolve onto land. The sea is conquered, time to spread terror across the continent. Now that we've conquered the oceans and proven our dominance as the ultimate aquatic predator, it's time to take Nibbles' reign of terror to a whole new level. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for phase 2 of our domination plan. Land at last. Time to create my terrifying Xenomorph. But with so few parts unlocked, poor Nibbles ended up looking less fear-inducing alien monstrosity and more confused duck having an existential crisis. I'm not exactly striking fear into the hearts of other species. Oh, look, our first potential land victims, the Batsu species. These little legless blobs were just vibing, completely unaware they were about to become Xenomorph breakfast. Time to test our hunting skills on these unsuspecting snakes. That first taste of blood, addictive. I went on a proper killing spree after that. The strategy is surprisingly simple. Find, isolate a creature, attack from behind. Repeat. Nibbles was building quite the reputation as a neighborhood terror, despite looking ridiculous. Then I found this new mouth part. Not exactly the nightmare fuel I was hoping for, but definitely an upgrade from our current situation. We're slowly transitioning from confused duck to slightly threatening confused duck. Progress, right? And yeah, after about an hour of playing as this ridiculous looking creature, trying my absolute hardest to look intimidating while basically resembling rejected dinosaur concept art, the game crashes. All this progress gone, because apparently saving your game is an advanced concept I hadn't mastered yet. Damn. So here we go again. Round 2 with a slightly different looking but equally unimpressive Xenomorph. Let's just say, when you look this ridiculous, confidence is all you've got. Fake it till you make it, right? So we're back in the game, but let me tell you, I was not letting another crash happen. I'm saving every 5 minutes like a paranoid conspiracy theorist backing up evidence. With our new design, creatures that used to give us trouble, total pushovers now. I'm talking absolute carnage across the continent. And guess what? Our brain grew again. Now I can roll with 2 tribe members at once. We're building an actual squad. Everything was going perfectly until we met the Rogati. These tentacled nightmares came out of nowhere nowhere. I thought, hey, they don't look so tough, and then bam, total wipeout. Look at this, they absolutely destroyed my entire squad. I had to wave the white flag, but these psychos just kept chasing me, and just when I thought I escaped, bam, some random creature blindsides me from the side. Man, poor Nibbles' brain got knocked into next week.
If I ever evolve Tums, I'm keeping a list that I got to get the top spot. No one embarrasses me like this and lives.
Redemption time. Look at us roll up with the squad. Those Rugati think they're so tough. Not today. We absolutely demolished them. How's that for karma, bitch? Then I stumbled across these weird bird-like creatures. Honestly, they were kinda cute. Like if Disney made a movie about prehistoric chickens. But before you could say KFC, these federally friends were history. Nothing personal, bird things. And guess what? Our brain evolved again. We're becoming proper genius over here, kinda. And now we can roll with a squad of 4.
4 of me? Perfect. 1 for each horseman of the apocalypse. Extinction is coming.
With each evolution, Nibbles was looking more and more like a proper Xenomorph. Those pathetic duck-like features gone. Now we're talking sleek, deadly and terrifying. Other species were literally running away at the sight of us, but we needed better. I was on a mission to make the most aggressive, deadliest creature possible. And then it happened again. Mid-design, mid-perfection, the game freezes. Another crash. Are you kidding me? The universe clearly does not want Nibbles to reach the final form. Lost about 30 minutes of progress and some of my sanity along with it. Didn't I say I was gonna save every few minutes? Anyway, Nibbles doesn't give up. Neither do I. I had to hunt down the parts again. But this Xenomorph will be built, even if it takes me all day. And at this point, it literally had. Of course, I was not able to find those parts immediately again, so I had to look for an eternity. But I eventually had all the parts I needed. Time to sculpt the perfect killing machine. Look at these arms. Look at this mouth. This is what happens when a Xenomorph hits the gym and discovers protein powder. The perfect balance of horrifying and ridiculous. Just how I like my nightmare creatures. For a masterpiece complete, I took Nibbles out for a test drive. And let me tell you, nothing stood a chance. We were shredding through other species like they were made out of wet paper. The entire island trembled before the mighty Nibbles. And just like that, the island belongs to Nibbles. The perfect Xenomorph has been created. Folks, you know what that means. Welcome to Tribal Phase, your paradise in this universe. And you know what that means, right? Time for weapons. Stone and axes might seem primitive, but in the hands of Nibbles, they are instruments of pure destruction. Now most people might start by, I don't know, gathering resources, building a few huts, maybe making some friends. Nope, not us, not Nibbles. What's the first thing I did the second I got control? Immediate attack. Why wait when you can dominate? See that brown village over there? They were just minding their business, living their peaceful little lives, until the Xenomorph nation attacked. 5 minutes into having a tribe and we're already committing interspecies warfare. Talk about efficiency. Boom, first tribal token acquired. I can practically hear the rumor spreading across the continent. Did you hear about the brown village? Completely wiped out by those horrifying alien things. What the fuck? Alien? All of us are aliens. Anyway, the Nibbles' reputation is surely spreading, guys. First village down. So easy. The screams. They're like music. Sweet, terrifying music. Of course, even bloodthirsty Xenomorphs need to eat something. Had to take a quick break to get us some food. You know, conquering worlds really works up an appetite. But apparently news travel fast in the tribal world. Just as we are chilling, gathering our little berries like good little monsters, it's ambush time. The pink village decided that we look like tasty target. The audacity. Don't they know who they're dealing with? Pathetic. I wasn't even worried. My Xenomorphs were handling them no problem. And then, come on. The green village decides to join the party too. It's literally a 2v1 situation. This is what I call assholes. But guess what? Even with this absolute massive situation, these tribes are no match for the mighty Nibbles and his army. They hit us with everything they had, and we just swatted them away, like they were nothing. That's the power of playing as the most aggressive Xenomorph in SPORE history. And honestly, after we won, I realized I forgot to give half my tribe weapons. Damn, we literally won a 2v1 battle with half our squad using their bare hands. That's not just domination, that's straight up embarrassing for them. You know what they say? The best defense is a crazed, unhinged offense. So here we are. Look at them, scrambling. Wasn't so fun when I showed up at your doorstep, was it? My Xenomorphs rolled in there like an absolute wrecking ball. I came in like a wrecking ball. Okay, stop it. They had absolutely zero chance to react. The ultimate revenge tour has officially begun. And here it is. The second token acquired. That's Pink Village extinct. Green Village? You're on the hit list now, buddy. Nobody attacks a Xenomorph tribe and lives to tell about it. Quick healing session, weapon check, and we're ready for round 3. The Green Village is probably sitting there thinking they're safe in their little hut. Surprise, Xenomorph army coming through. These poor green villagers had no idea what hit them. 1 minute they're chilling in their huts, probably high-fiving about helping attack us earlier. The next, Nibbles Express coming through. They never stood a chance. With the Green Village completely demolished, that's 3 tribes down. But why stop the rampage now? There's still plenty of villages that haven't experienced the joy of being eaten by Xenomorphs. Next target, the Cyan Village. These guys hadn't even done anything to us, but in Xenomorph culture, existing is provocation enough. Sorry, Cyan dudes, wrong place, wrong evolutionary timeline. With the Cyan Village in ruins, that's 4 tribes down. The Xenomorph dominance is spreading across the continent like some kind of terrifying alien plague. At this point, the other tribes must be telling scary campfire stories about us. Don't go out at night, kids, or the Nibbles will get you. And then there was the Lavender Nation, the final tribe standing between us and the total continent domination. But get this, they decided to attack us after seeing 4 other villages get completely obliterated. Talk about a death wish. It's like watching someone poke a sleeping bear with a stick, except the bear is actually a hyper-aggressive crackhead. Look at these absolute mad lads coming to attack us. I didn't even have to go to their village, just intercepted them halfway and, well, let's just say it was a very short battle, like embarrassingly short. And just like that, the entire continent belongs to the Xenomorphs. Every rival tribe extinct, every challenger obliterated. Every potential threat to our dominance completely and utterly destroyed. The tribal phase is complete, from pathetic little sea creature to planetary overlord. And you know what that means. Welcome to the civilization phase, folks, where my Xenomorphs go from tribal terrors to industrialized nightmares. First up, buildings. And let me tell you, Xenomorphs are not winning any architectural award, unless there's a category for most likely to give children nightmares. Look at these ugly ass houses. I mean, what the hell is this? Anyway, the real fun begins with military vehicles, because I'm playing as the most aggressive Xenomorph in history, remember? And nothing says aggressive like slapping 15-ish guns on a single tank. The design meeting went something like, how many weapons should we add? Yes. I mean, look at this absolute monstrosity. It's basically just guns with wheels at this point. The poor Xenomorph driving it probably can't even see where he's going through all the weaponry. The ships, same philosophy. Why have one cannon when you can have all of them? I'm pretty sure these things would sink under the weight of their own weapons if physics actually mattered in this game. So there I am, admiring my absolute ridiculous arsenal when the Forest Nation decides to start paying us tribute? What? But smart move, tree huggers. At least someone on this continent has a functioning survival instinct. But then the Orange Nation looks at my city of nightmare buildings and war machines that are basically just guns with seats and thinks, yeah, we can take them, declaring war. I'm sorry, but did you miss the part where I've been systematically wiping out every living thing in the encounter of the past 6 hours? This is gonna be like watching a Chihuahua pick a fight with a tank. And what does Orange Nation do next? Attacks my tribute-paying forest buddies. The audacity. I mean, I was totally planning to betray and destroy them later. But that's beside the point, okay? Nobody messes with my future victims but me. Now it's time to show the Orange Nation what happens when you mess with Xenomorphs. Here I am, rolling in with my absolutely ridiculous war machines. Look at all these guns. Even my guns have guns. Orange Nation never stood a chance. Their units look like they are armed with water pistols compared to my death machines. This isn't even a war, it's a pest control operation. I almost feel bad for them. Almost. But the drama doesn't end here. Now the Yellow Nation wants to make contact. Probably saw me obliterating Orange and thought, let's be friends with these psychos. Smart thinking, Yellow. Maybe there's hope for this species after all. And nope, they just declared war to me for some reason. What is wrong with these civilizations? Do they have some kind of death wish? Their attack was so pathetic, I almost missed it. Was that supposed to be an invasion? I thought it was a delivery service. At this point, I'm starting to think these other civilizations are competing for a Darwin Award. Who can pick a fight with the most obviously deadly force on the planet? Spoiler alert, everyone's winning. With orange and yellow nations reduced to historical footnotes, only the forest nation remains on my continent. Remember them, the smart ones who've been paying us tribute this entire time. Yeah, about that. You didn't think I was going to let anybody survive this playthrough, did ya? Time to show our true colors. What's that saying? Keep your friends close and your enemies closer. Then betray them with missiles. Sorry first dudes, your tribute payments just expired permanently. But why stop at regular missiles? As my tech advanced, I unlocked something even better. Planes. And why have regular planes when you can have planes covered in guns? You already know how this goes. That's right. I developed an air force that's basically just wings strapped to weapon systems. And then came the big one. I unlocked the city destroying missile. This bad boy can wipe an entire civilization off the map with one shot. This isn't just a weapon, it's basically an I win button with extra explosion effect. Time for a little test drive on the Yellow Nation's remaining city. Holy, that wasn't just destruction, that was pure vaporization. 1 second driving Metropolis, next second smoking Creator Collection. Even I was shocked by how effective it was. At this point, the Blue Nation looks at what happened to Yellow and thinks, yeah, we want some of that action, and declares war too. I'm not even mad anymore, I'm just confused. Did these civilizations develop in some wrong directions? Can they not see what I'm doing to everyone else? Red Nation? They got the premium package too. Boom! Another civilization deleted from their existence. At this point, I'm just going through the checklist of colors. Red, gun. Yellow, double gun. I rolled through the remaining yellow cities like a hot knife through butter. My conquest is nearly complete. The entire planet is learning what happens when you mess with Nibbles. Only one step remains on our path to ultimate dominance. The nuclear apocalypse. And just when I thought my weapons couldn't get any more ridiculous overpowered, I unlocked the ultimate tech, an ICB that costs a whopping 36k. This isn't just a missile, this is a goodbye entire planet button disguised as weapon. That's how you play Spore the right way. Sub, like, and look what happens when you play Mafia with only your fist. Man, was that stupid. Cheers.